Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks in a large part to our friends at the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, Vancouver Film School. Today's rundown is dedicated to Michael Isinger, who said two of my favorite people from the video game industry under my interview from PAX with Greg Miller. Thank you so much, Michael. This rundown is all yours. It's good to be back in the studio after a long weekend at PAX. The annual PAX West event took place over the weekend in Seattle with tens of thousands of game lovers packed into the Washington State Convention Center and surrounding areas. Big new titles including Super Mario Odyssey, Middle-earth Shadow of War, and Monster Hunter World were shown off, and for many of the games, it was their first time being playable at a public event. There was also loads of other event-centric coolness like cosplay, exclusive merchandise, tabletop gaming, and special panels, and I even got to host two of them. PAX West is just one of 5 different PAX events, with 3 more in the US and another in Australia. It's come a long way from its humble beginnings as the Penny Arcade Expo, and co-founder Jerry Holkins thinks it's gotten this big because it's the only fan-focused gaming event of its kind in this part of the world.
We've been proven right by this time and time again. Each time we founded one of these shows, that community of shared experiences and people materializes in those places.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's sort of the secret weapon, I think, of the show.
Yeah.
Is that we have an incredible community,
yeah.
and the best thing that we can do is just allow them to express it.
People ask me all the time to ask you when it's coming to Canada. Is that a thing that could happen?
Right now, with the 5 that we have,
yeah.
I mean, to me, that feels like a pretty stable, solid number. I don't know what the future looks like.
Yeah.
But I know, because I get the same mails you do about this topic.
I guess we'll have to wait and see if PAX ever comes to Canada. You can watch the rest of that interview as well as loads of other PAX coverage right now on our channel. Because this was a long weekend, PAX West took place over 4 days, and it was such a success that the organizers have decided to extend PAX East to 4 days as well. That will take place in Boston next April. DC's supervillain, the Joker, has been played by some of the biggest actors in the world, and now another huge screen icon may be taking on the role. With Warner Brothers and DC developing a standalone movie focusing on the Joker, rumors have come in that they want none other than Leonardo DiCaprio to play the sinister character. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the studio plans to launch an ambitious attempt to get the star to sign on to the project, although no formal offers have been made just yet. DiCaprio has never done a superhero movie before, so there's no telling how eager he'll be to jump in now. The studio might have a good way to convince him. They're already in talks with Martin Scorsese to produce the new film, and if he signs on, it could make Leo want to take the role, given that the pair have worked together about a bazillion times. If he doesn't take the role, The Hollywood Reporter claims that Warner Brothers will try to get other A-list actors for the job. That might not be too difficult. Other screen icons like Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Mark Hamill have portrayed the Joker, so the character seems to attract top talent. Whoever ends up playing the Joker, we do know that the new film will be a standalone project that takes place outside the established continuity of the DC movie universe, so this new version of the Joker will exist alongside the current version played by Jared Leto. Confusing, I know. Over on the small screen, the latest DC Comics TV series has found one of its most important titans. The live-action Teen Titans TV show has unmasked its new version of Dick Grayson, also known as Robin the Boy Wonder. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the iconic DC hero will be played by Australian actor Brenton Thwaites, who recently appeared in the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Producer Greg Berlanti says that Brenton Thwaites has the emotional depth, heart, danger, and physical presence needed to bring Robin to life. This is actually the most pivotal role in the new show because, like in the comics, Robin will be the leader of the titular team of Teenage Titans. The new versions of Starfire and Raven have already been cast, but the rest of the lineup has yet to be confirmed. The new show, which will simply be titled Titans, is just the latest in a long line of DC adaptations produced by Berlanti, who's also delivered Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow, all of which are filmed in Vancouver. Titans will premiere next year, but unlike Berlanti's other shows, this one isn't being made for the CW. Warner Brothers and DC are instead using it as the first big show for a new DC-branded subscription streaming service, which will launch at the same time. More and more studios have been gravitating toward digital distribution as audiences continue to cut the cable. Anything that makes it more convenient for us to watch our favorite shows is a good thing. The Canadian game development industry just got a whole lot bigger. Ubisoft has announced that they're opening a new development studio in the city of Saguenay, Quebec. This is on top of the studios that they already have in Montreal, Quebec City, Halifax, and Toronto, not to mention dozens of other studios around the globe. The new one in Saguenay will primarily focus on developing new online services for Ubisoft titles, and given that recent Ubisoft games like The Division, The Crew, and Ghost Recon Wildlands have a strong emphasis on online integration, it makes sense that they'd have one studio devoted to fleshing it out even more. The Saguenay studio will employ about 125 people once it's up and running, and is part of a larger expansion that Ubisoft is making into Quebec overall. They plan to invest an additional $780 million and create 1,000 new game development jobs by 2027, as well as open yet another new studio in that time frame, although they haven't said exactly where that one will be. It's a good time to be a Canadian game developer. The most famous video game character of all time has gotten so big and famous he's quit his day job. It appears that Mario is no longer a plumber. The character has long been a proud tradesman in the pipe-fitting profession, but according to his new character description on Nintendo's official Japanese website, he seems to have worked as a plumber a long time ago. This implies that he is no longer a member of the profession, although the write-up makes no mention of what his current occupation might be. I guess when you've saved the world as many times as he has, you'd probably get a lucrative book deal or two, and it's worth pointing out that his girlfriend, Princess Peach, seems to be pretty well off, so he probably doesn't have to worry about money as long as she's around. Maybe that's why he always saves her from Bowser. This technically isn't the first time Mario has changed professions. When he first appeared in the original Donkey Kong arcade game in 1981, he was a construction worker and didn't become a plumber until his next appearance in the Mario Brothers arcade game in '83. The next big game in the franchise, Super Mario Odyssey, lands next month. That's it for the rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to learn more about game design, visit our pals at VFS.edu. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new rundown for you, but in the meantime, watch some of the other stuff we've made, and if you dig it, hit subscribe, okay?